the final frontier of free speech. This program is intended for mature audiences only and contains strong or potentially offensive language of an adult and sexual nature. So, listener discretion advised.
The views and opinions expressed on the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City do not reflect those of this station or its affiliates.
All music, stories, and characters are the sole property of their creators and are protected under international copyright law.
Sierra, Sweet Cheeks, Toxie, and Glit are personalities put on for your entertainment.
Their stories are real, their language is explicit, and their behavior's out-fucking-rageous.
If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Blasting to you straight out of Las Vegas, Nevada, it is the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City, starring Sierra, Sweet Cheeks, Glitz, and Toxie. Good evening, Las Vegas.
And people around the world.
And all you motherfuckers in
Taipei.
You know, I was about to say Texas. Taipei's good.
They're close, right?
It's very near each other. I'm a little geographically challenged, but they could be like neighboring states for all I know.
That's awesome.
So anyway, how's everybody's week?
Going good so far.
That's good.
We're only
Actually,
a day into it.
Do you consider this the beginning of your week?
I do not. I consider Monday the beginning of my week.
I consider Sunday the end of my week. What do you consider it?
I'm the same Monday as well, my new week. So
when I start like contemplating like how much money I make in a week's time, I always start Monday through Saturday. So no, I didn't forget to take my curlers out tonight, guys. I left them in on purpose because I have a big job this evening at Mandalay Bay Pool. It is La Freak, and it's a circus with freak shows. And I thought I'd just bring this in for fun and show you guys, because I am the circus bearded fat lady tonight. And I have a neon green bikini. And I don't know if you could picture the old circus fat lady in her bikini with all the beads and stuff. I made that bikini, and it weighs about 25 pounds. So I have a hard time lugging my fat ass around now, and I'm going to put 25 pounds on me tonight. But the costume looks wicked. But here, I wanted to show you. This is my bearded for tonight. Woohoo!
now, how are you going to hook that on?
Oh, I have spirit gum. And it's real sticky stuff that you put on and it sticks to your face. I'm worried.
Staple it. I mean, I'll help.
Then I wouldn't have to worry about the red, because it would be true red then.
Right.
Yeah, thanks, Tox. Love you too, girl.
Anything I can do to help.
But I'm worried about, because at the end of the night, my job is to I have to do a cannonball into the pool at the end of my shift at 2:30 in the morning. And I think my beard might float. I don't know if it'll stay on. I am worried a little because it is outside. It's at their pool. And it's very sweaty. And I have to be strolling. And I have my fan. But I'm going to do a lot of, hey, honey, I'm going to sit on your lap because I'm the circus fat lady. And I'm fat, okay?
So make sure before you put the spirit gum on, grab one of the alcohol wipes out of our first aid kit.
Take all my makeup off. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I want to make sure I have no makeup on this part of my face. Because when I sweat, the makeup will make the spirit gum not stick. So
what do you normally use spirit gum for?
It's for this kind of stuff, and like for clowns' noses.
Is there like a heavy-duty spirit gum?
There's what's called a prosthetic adhesive that special effects makeup artists use, but it's a lot more heavy-duty and it requires a dissolvent to take off.
This has little tabs. I'm not going to use these tabs, so I might as well try them now because these are probably for shit, really.
Wait, did you order that somewhere?
I went to Star Costume.
Star's got everything.
So how's that, everybody?
Awesome.
I'm gonna have to put on some spirit. It's not real sticky, but for now it works. So.
And it matches.
You kind of look like.
I know, that's why I had another beard that they used to take promo pics when they tried to get the job for the thing. It's August Entertainment. For those that remember, Steve and Maria were in here. That's who booked it. And there's 9 circus acts going tonight. Myself, and there's a juggler. Look at Sierra, can't even look at me. A juggler. Look, I have to get
because you look like somebody I watch on one of my Alaskan survival shows.
Do they have bows on their beards?
They do sometimes when they get dressed up all fancy.
Okay, well I guess
And
I'm
they're
fancy.
fancy.
So anyway, they
I'm so
okay.
fancy.
So I so
Can we do the show with that on? Just to
I
give
can
you
try.
practice?
I can try, but I think I left part of the sticky on here. Yeah, I can do the show like that. I don't. The spirit gum's in my car though.
I'm not
At
gonna be
least
able to
part
do
of
this
it.
show at all
At
today.
least part of it, just to give you practice.
Well, that's fine, except that the sticky on the top kind of come off. So. Okay. Wait, there might be some. Oh, there might be extra sticky.
I got double-sided stick tape in my
you're
office.
really
Again, we
trying to
still
do
have
me.
the option of a stapler.
I got a heavy-duty stapler too, the
All
one
right,
that
here's
staples
some
45
sticky.
paper,
But
papers
It's
together.
like the suicide sirens.
Yeah.
Except instead of stapling $100 bills to your vagina, we're stapling a beard
All
to
right,
your
here I'm gonna
face.
fix this so that I can.
The Suicide Sirens, they're a risque burlesque group, and they have it where they do a lot of things like they will bounce their vagina on cut glass.
Oh
and
yeah, it's a wild
they
show.
will have what are those things called that make sparks? They'll have these spark things, down by their vaginas, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff. But part of their act, you can staple money onto them.
Yeah,
And it's not.
crazy.
It's not. It's 100% for real. You literally have the staple gun, and we saw them in a show where they said different body parts are different dollars. So $5.
What's
can
the
go here.
vajayjay, like
That's
$100?
$100 bill. If you want to staple it on their vagina, it's $100.
This thing looks pretty funny, huh?
don't think that I would
can't.
want $100 that bad.
No, me neither. me neither.
I don't
It
know.
depends on what day of the month it is, how close rent is.
Do you want to go to McDonald's or not?
Right.
Right.
Is Starbucks in my
If
future?
I had a few drinks, I'd probably be willing the first time.
You do it for some Doritos. What
yeah,
are you
I
talking
would.
about?
Yeah, after a few drinks, yeah, for real, I would do it for a few Doritos. Like
Does Mr. Toxie want his blowjob now?
Be a hairy blowjob.
I put this
That would
on
be
at home
great.
and I just held it up to my face and my granddaughter was like, she was hiding in the kitchen and she's like, Mom, something's wrong with Chacha's face.
It is. I mean, it really is kind of perfect. Like it
I know, it
matches
matches good.
exact.
Yeah, the costume is off the chain.
You
Nick
make
has to see
a
it.
you make a good Alaskan lumberjack.
Do you have?
You're
Can you
welcome.
bring the costume up and try it on?
I don't know that I want to put it on, but I guess I could.
I
bring
can
it
try it on.
on.
So
It's just,
I have
wear
your
it.
Halloween costume for Halloween this year. You're gonna have to keep that because you're going to be an Alaskan lumberjack in drag.
whoa, why in drag? Because of the bows and stuff?
Yeah.
You know where I
That would be awesome.
You know where I went
Right?
to get all the bows and all of the beads for my costume was to the boutique, the little chic.
Oh,
chic
yeah.
The Chic Shack.
Chic Shack.
Chick cachet.
Cachet or
Chic-
something. Chic
or
Cachet,
something,
yeah. That's where I
I
went and
love
bought
that
everything.
place.
Because you buy them at Joann Fabrics. I had 12 fucking necklaces around these fat fucking hips, to make them work right. And
Just
my titties.
Callie Guy said, Lila, the circus bearded fat lady in Carnival was hot. So go, sweet cheese.
You go, Cali guy. I know I'm turning you on. He's gonna ask you to grow a beard, girl.
Nope.
But
Not
the next
gonna
time you go-
happen.
next time you go, you're gonna look and then you're gonna find like a little paste on beard
That's
just
funny.
for
a little
role play
family role play.
purposes.
Well, and the thing is that if they like it, this is the first night they're doing the La Freak. So if it's good with us, our whole crew, then they're going to hire us on a monthly basis to do
So
it.
who
You
else
should
do
look
they
into
have?
having a professional prosthetic done of your lower face
Yeah.
and get a piece that is custom for your face.
For the glue part, you mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If it becomes a regular thing. So
So they're having a juggler.
there's a Steve August himself is a fire juggler, fire eater. His wife is the Snake Babe. I don't know who else is there, but I know who else I've worked with his company. So I'm sure there's a little person. I'm sure there is a stilt walkers. I'm sure some clowns. But supposedly there's 9 of us.
Can you imagine the liability associated with stilt walkers out at the pool full of drunk people?
Mhm.
There's probably a giant
And if
liability.
if you look at the venue, the Mandalay Bay Day, they call it daylight, their pool, but it's their night event. If you look at it, this fucking place is going to be wicked big and like unbelievable. But I am the grand finale with the cannonball in the pool. The circus fat lady.
I seriously need somebody to take video of this.
I know. I don't have anybody. I'm sure that Steve will take it. I don't know how much. Speaking of video,
I feel like I'd like to go. How much is it to get in?
it's $35 for women and no, $25 for women and $34 for men. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. I'll send you a link to the advertisement about the event. But yeah, I'm like, it's going to be fun. Like I said, I really, I've been icing my knee. You guys know with my arthritis. And I might say that my friend that always teases me about the fact that I'm old now has arthritis herself. Do you know that that's punishment for calling me old all that time? I just want to say.
No, because I only have it in one knee and it's under my kneecap.
Then why does she have the old folk disease? Yeah.
For you, it was. I'm assuming you'll probably get into it, but I believe for you, it's more hereditary.
Yeah, it's hereditary.
I just have to give her a hard time because she's.
Oh no, I'm enjoying it.
Because she's always giving me a hard time. I am gonna send you the link here in a minute. In the meantime, what about? Did you guys see on British Has Talent the fat pole dancer?
Yeah, she's pretty amazing.
Wait a minute, Simon Cowell, you guys, he was digging the fat chick.
He was so digging her.
Yeah, he totally had the FA gleam in his eyes.
Oh, he did, and he was the first one to say it's a yes.
Yeah, he was right up on that.
Yes, he was.
He took that video home.
Well, I plan after our Stripper 101 event, I plan to be that fat pole dancer.
You're going to be on America's Got Talent?
I feel within that hour I will be swinging that pole upside down.
Get it on.
And that is my goal. Like, that's my plan. So.
That is funny. Okay, I am going to send you, Toxie, right now, the link to the event on your Toxie email.
Alrighty. And I will, I'll post it out. Is that cool?
That's fine if anybody wants to come.
I'll post it out on our...
It's tonight here in Vegas at midnight at the Mandalay Bay Pool.
I will post it out on our SinCityBounty.
Why don't they do this shit on like a Friday night? Like, I'd go, but it's Sunday night. I gotta be up at 5.
Their other nightclubs are open Friday and Saturday.
Fuck them and their other nightclubs. Fat girls come first.
You know what? I used to think
That's what my boyfriend says.
Uncomfortable to wear, but I'm realizing if I glue it here and here, like it's not really that uncomfortable because it's not a full beard.
For me, I would totally have to trim the shit by my nose.
I didn't think about it, but it's not that bad, really. Because it's really not setting there. It just kind of sits under it. So,
can you imagine if you had a runny nose?
Please.
You'd have little snot
I'm
tickles.
thinking when I do the cannonball, I'm going to have to pretend I'm holding my nose and then do the jump. So.
Oh, that's
and then you can hold your face on.
Because I'm afraid otherwise it's going to float around the pool.
Well, are they going to really think you have a beard?
No, but I need to look semi-convincing. That's why I got one that was really close. I had another beard. Okay. Note to everybody, you cannot dye synthetic hair. I tried. Okay? It was another full beard, but I'm actually glad I have the goatee because the full beard would have been much hotter. This is a little better than.
Do they know they're getting just a goatee, or do they feel it's a full beard?
They want the bearded lady, but they want the bearded lady to be in a neon bikini and pretty. So
I think the goatee is prettier than a full beard because then you can put blush on, and
I think it gives it a little bit of like Mama takes care of her beard.
Right.
It shows more of your face.
It does, yeah, exactly. Then the full beard, I really did look like something from Duck Dynasty. Okay? Without a doubt, I did. So, and I had that one. They asked about a month ago for promo pictures, so I took the promo pictures with that beard. But then when I actually got the job, I was like, I actually went into Star thinking maybe they had some kind of paint that I could. And then this was there, and it was like a perfect match to my hair color. So. Only can a girl like me.
Star might be able to give you a heads up on somebody locally who could make you a custom prosthetic.
I think they probably do. They probably have people that they can refer. Yeah, you're probably right. Well, I'm going to see how it works tonight and if we get the job on an ongoing basis. So
that'll be awesome.
I'll be
rooting for you.
Yeah, it's a package deal. There's 9 of us. I'm not really worried about me. I can hold my own and be the the fat funny girl.
You know what? I've watched 5 seasons of Face Off. I could probably do it.
You probably could. I still want you to make us some little board people to shoot.
Oh, I should.
Bonded. So whenever you feel like crafty, you tell me and I'll buy you what you need, and we need little men.
I have
do.
most of what I need to make the marshmallow fondant. I
Well,
make my own.
We'll throw you a few bucks, me and Eliza, to do our little. So if you ever
Yeah.
get crafty, make us some little people and say, I got people for you.
Tell me what
You know
flavors you
Vor
want.
is?
I do.
Yeah. So we need to do that. So
I'll do
you
that.
know what Vor is, Nikki? Okay, Vor is a fetish of men who want to be in a woman's belly. So girls that do Vor fetish, like the girl that we talked to actually made a man out of bologna, and then she's like licking him and
then
finally
eating
in
him
his
whole.
belly. But I want her to make, because she's really good, like look kind of real little people out of fondant, and we want to do it. Oh, this is gonna be a bitch.
You're gonna have to trim
That'll
that.
be great. You need to trim your shit, girl. Trim your
Oh,
shit.
look, I don't have any hair on my pussy, so I don't have to trim my pussy.
You know why? Because grass don't grow on a playground.
That is absolutely
That's the best.
correct.
Hey, girls, really quick. Tyzone is listening on his phone.
I
on
know, too bad
chat.
you can't see my beautiful beard tonight.
I know, but so you'll have to go back, Tyzone, and check out the beard. But he'd like to say hello. He'd like to say hello to Nikki, and also Wednesday is his birthday.
Oh, happy
Happy
birthday. You know what? We've been talking with Nikki here, but I think it's only fair that we let everybody out there in Sin City Bounty Land know this is Nikki. She is a local love of ours here in Las Vegas, and you are a local love, and she is part of a couple of the BBW groups, but she's really involved in the NAFA chapter here in Clark County, the new NAFA chapter. So after we get done bantering and talking about beards and stuff, we're gonna get all the grits. But Nikki's got some great insight on things like dickhead doctors that think when you have an ear infection, you're fat. And so we're going to get into some good conversations like that. And then, of course, I got a good catch up. You got a good catch up this week, Tox?
I do not have a good catch up at all, but I do have a catch up, so we'll be good.
Okay, and we know Sierra's got an old lady catch up over there that I'm dying to hear.
Yeah, I got all kinds of ketchups.
And mustard?
No, mayo maybe.
I will.
Kelly Guy's been voring his chocolate Easter bunnies for years.
You know what, Kelly Guy? That's just wrong. That was just wrong, Kelly Guy. His Easter bunnies? I'll never be able to eat an Easter bunny the same.
Hey, really quick, we also, before the 8 o'clock hour, we need to brainstorm on air a Craigslist ad to start our new segment so I could get it posted and see if we get any responses.
Why don't we ask for a man to shave my beard?
No. We got to come up with something. I want to try to do it like we did this last one, except that Craigslist apparently has us flagged.
Yeah, they
They didn't even let anyone see that shit.
Let one of us do it from another account.
I don't think it's that. I don't think Craigslist, because Craigslist let me post it. It's some fucker on there who probably saw the original one, because he's probably sitting on every Sunday night jerking off.
Right, he has
to
nothing
these,
to do, yeah.
And so, like, immediately flagging them. So that's what I think happened. So this time it'll be a little bit different, but maybe I'll even post it in a different section. But what could we, and I'll work on it now, what could we
send us some
what
ideas.
are we looking for?
Yeah,
give us ideas. Those of you in
give
chat,
us some
give
ideas,
us a few
because we need some ideas here. Okay, do we have, we were just talking about the fat stripper. Do we have a winner from last night, Tox?
I will confirm with you
Okay.
soon.
Okay. All right. No worries.
Right.
Okay, because whatever.
It
We're
was-
doing Strippers 101 in 2 weeks.
Yes. Stripper 101. We have the event. It's an exclusive event that we have going on. We have a lot of different individuals from the show. Are you going? Did
Yes,
you?
I'm
You did.
going.
I
accept.
worked out
You
a
did
ride
accept.
for her tonight, so she
Awesome.
will be there.
Okay. I believe you had
I'll
accepted,
beat her ass if
if I'm
she
not
ain't there.
I'm
mistaken.
going to work that pole.
I'll be swinging. Now, the only problem is when I say I'm going to be swinging off the top of the pole, I actually need a couple people to hold me up there.
You know what? Your husband's good at that. He helped me out on that Little Darlings contest.
That's
Where he
true.
lifted me up onto the pole.
So I should bring him.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so that, like, I'll make him wait outside, and just when it's time to get me up on the
At
pole.
least to take a picture. Okay?
I did say that I'm not going to be responsible for any injuries occurring on me trying
And
to...
I'm also going to suggest, ladies, please wear shorts under your whatever so we ain't got squack and pole dancers.
Yeah, I don't want to see your vaginas.
I would like to see your vaginas.
Well,
so
I would want to
contrary
see
to
your
these
vagina
two.
if you are Julia Sands, Eliza Allure, and Paige Rain. Those are good crotches because those are out there on the internet, okay?
But you've already seen all those crotches.
I know. Mine
But we have
out
not
there
seen
too.
them sweating on a pole. So.
That's true.
Yes, they have.
I'm going to tell you
They
who can
have.
work a pole.
Okay.
Is Julia Sands.
I know, that's
can work
who,
a pole.
Well, she's been doing stripper
Yeah,
fitness
she's been
for
taking
years.
fitness, yeah,
Right.
and she can seriously work a pole.
And one of the other girls that we sent an invite to, and I don't want to throw her name out because I didn't ask, if it was okay, but she's a tiny little cute thing, tiny, and word is she's not brand new to a pole.
Oh,
So
how
I
fun.
cannot. So I'm expecting to see some. I'm not going to stand near her for that
I'm
reason.
trying to drink. I hope they have me. I'm taking the straw in my bag tonight because if they give me water on my break, I can't drink it.
That's true. Can you? Oh, you only have. Is there somebody who can take pictures?
Yeah, I'm sure that my booking agent Steve is going to take pictures, and I'll make sure he gets me some so I can post.
I have to. I'm going to set up Vine too while I'm here. After I do our Craigslist ad, I'm going to.
Well,
set
when
up
I
a
get
Vine
a new
account.
phone, I can
and Vine some shit right
we
here.
should Vine and Instagram with the show.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we should both. We should do both of those. And what I don't even know what a Vine and an Instagram is. I just know.
No,
we
I'm
should
gonna do
them.
it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it tonight. We're gonna put a video out tonight. You wait and see.
I'm upgrading my phone tomorrow, so I'll have
What?
yeah.
Are you
Mom,
still on iPhone 3?
no, I'm on a 4S.
Oh, okay.
Moms and I are
Speaking
upgrading.
of iPhones, I still have a side.
Oh,
Like,
me
I
too.
still-
Look at what I got. Look what I got. And they're talking about I'm getting a new iPhone, and Suri's going to speak another language. And
That'd be
Take
awesome.
this off, you
I
guys.
know. Mine is
For
so
me.
cool because to unlock it, it does my fingerprint. So you can't unlock it without my fingerprint or my passcode, and I.
That's
just
good for
punch
things you
it
want to
and
hide
that's
from
it.
Mr. Toxie.
No, because he knows my code.
Oh,
I have nothing to hide.
I know.
So he knows
I'm
my
just giving you a
codes.
hard time. You guys are open.
All I do is I push on the screen and make myself look like I have a smart.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'll do that. wait, Nikki, do you do this?
Yes,
I'm with you.
You poor children.
version.
Well, everybody thinks My Little Cheekbones. Oh, you have a BlackBerry?
No, they're burner phones because sometimes you need a burner phone when you're in some sticky business.
That's what this phone's for.
And you got to burn the phone and move
See, we call
on.
those one fake berries.
These is a fake berry? Oh, I got a fake berry. Me too. See?
But your burner phone, when they find you and they want to track you, you just throw that shit in the trash and you move on to the next city
You know
and change
what?
your name to
You-
Toxie and no one knows.
Boy, you watch a lot
So
of
I've heard.
Okay,
you watch
Jason
a lot
Bourne.
of TV.
So I've heard, so
You
I've
watch a
heard.
lot of TV, girl.
Toxie born over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Toxie born, exactly.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I don't know about all that now. Don't know about all that now. So President Obama, they're giving President Obama a really hard time these days because supposedly he let this traded 5 Taliban guys for one
It's not
trader.
supposedly. He did.
Well, he
find-
did. What the supposedly part I meant is not the supposedly that he made the trade. It's supposedly that the guy that we got is a traitor and it was on the Taliban side. But I don't believe that. I believe he was brainwashed.
No, he was a deserter. He's not a
Okay.
traitor. He walked away from his post
Did he?
and then got captured, and we should have just let his dumb fucking ass rot. That's what we should have done. Because you never, ever walk away from your post. If you abandon your post, you are on your fucking own, man.
I'd be interested to see, to hear the transcripts from his interrogation and debriefing.
We'll probably never
You're
hear
right.
them.
You're probably right. We never will.
But I, along with most of the other former military personnel I know, agree he should have been left to rot. If he walked away,
what happened.
it-
I don't
Let me
know
ask you a
if there
question.
wasn't research done as to what this guy, or isn't there other prisoners of war over there? Why did we choose this one?
yeah,
I
that's
don't-
exactly right. There are people who
Okay,
were
that's
actually
why I wonder
captured
why was it this guy that
because
got?
he's a young, handsome white man. That's why.
And what about the other guys over there?
They don't care. They're not nearly
And
as
why did we
profitable.
trade 5 for 5?
We should have traded 5 for 5. This was a terrible, 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 terrible deal.
Well, you know, I don't like to say nothing bad about my Barack, but something went wrong. I don't know what. Something
He got
went wrong.
pressured
What was
into
your
doing
question, Todd?
this.
Now, if it's not Justin Bieber, I'm not too into it. I don't know too much. However, didn't this guy's father come and afterward praise? I'm
Yes.
trying to think.
It was so poor Barack Obama's approval ratings have tanked in the last year.
Right.
Because, unfortunately, shit is tanking. And when the government tanks, the president tanks. And that's just the way it goes. And so Barack Obama was pressured by, most likely, his media people to make this big public trade, because most of these prisoner trades we never hear about. They happen all the time.
And did you notice it was in the middle of the day and huge
televised and everything? Yes, this was a publicity stunt, pure and simple. Obama was pressured into it by his media people, who probably didn't have all of the intel yet.
Right.
All they heard was, an American soldier got captured. I hate to tell you people this. Those of you who don't watch the news, or those of you who do watch the news, you just, only watch your one side. We have American soldiers getting captured every single day.
Right.
It's not a rare occurrence.
I mean, there's other prisoners they beg for. Like, I think there's some down in Mexico that, that the family has been begging, please save my son.
I want to know.
There are.
How long has this guy been a prisoner of war?
Not even that long. We're not even talking a year, and we've got guys who've been prisoners of war over there for longer than that.
And I don't know. I want to know the background behind it. I want to know why these guys.
See, that's the trick, though.
We'll never
know.
You're right.
We'll never know. Here's the facts that we know. This guy walked away from his post. That is a fact. He abandoned his post. He is a
And did we know that prior to trading for him, or that came out after from his troop members?
I don't know what the time frame is on that.
I do know that they've said 9 of his platoon peoples, I don't know the right words, but have come forward since he was let go to say he did desert his post.
Yes. What likely happened is that he got the proof of life video came out. Hey, we've captured this kid. Somebody decided to make a big deal out of it. Came out later, probably. I don't know the full story on it, but the fact that he became a deserter came out right around the exact same time we started making the trade. I don't know if it happened just before or just after. But here's the facts. He deserted his post. He could be court-martialed for deserting his post, and we traded 5 of our highest-level ranking prisoners for one piss-ant soldier who deserted his post.
But see, this is what, my opinion on it. I'm sure there's probably going to be plenty of people that's going to
You're right. A lot of people have different opinions.
I don't think that it would be like 5 high ranking for one person. I mean, there's got to be something in there that we're not seeing or that we're not going to be privy to.
Right. Yeah. And I seen an interview today with John Kerry, and they were asking him, so like, what happens with these Taliban guys? And they go, oh, we'll know exactly what's going on with them. And like, he couldn't give
the agreement is that they have to stay in Kabul for a year, except that we'll never be able to keep track of them. It took us how many years to find Osama bin Laden, a 70-some-odd-year-old dude on dialysis? How about 5 really healthy, very athletic dudes just disappear into the Middle East?
But you said that he was really good looking, right? So maybe that's why they decided for him to be the face.
Yes.
Kelly Guy said every single member of his platoon is sure he's a deserter, and we had 14 soldiers killed looking for him, and Freaky Freakaria.
That's Freaky Freakarino. Freaky Freakarino. Hi, honey. You haven't been around in a long time. Love you. Miss you.
This whole thing has changed my support of Obama. She's disgusting.
Oh, God.
Vote for liberty, people. Vote libertarian.
Here's what I think. I think that the people around Obama said, do this.
And he did it.
And he did it.
Because he's been...
And really thinking he was doing something right, and it wasn't right.
Well... He needs to make his own decisions. The problem is that in these last few years of his term, he's not going to be making his own decisions because
it's based on the party, too.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not going to be making his own decisions. The party's going to be telling him what to do so that they can get reelected again.
Yep, you're right.
And he's going to make mistakes. And unless he's willing to step away from his party and become a true bipartisan president and say, I'm not going to be the puppet for the Democratic Party, I'm going to be the president of the United States.
Well,
That's...
I think what he's done is not helping Hillary in any way.
No, not at all. Actually, Hillary probably doesn't stand a snowball's chance in hell of getting elected anyway, because unfortunately, she's not a very good politician either. So...
You like Hillary?
I do. I
Why?
love Hillary.
Why? Because she has
Why?
boobs and a vagina?
Yes, exactly. Because she has boobs and a vagina.
She has terrible,
Absolutely.
terrible foreign policies, terrible military policies. You think our veterans are in trouble now? If Hillary Clinton got into office, she would destroy our veterans system. It's already in shambles. We don't need another.
Why do you think that Hillary would be
Because
would be harder on the veteran system than, say, Joe Biden?
She has repeatedly talked about cutting funding for Veterans Affairs and cutting funding for military and things like that. And I understand that we need to spend less money elsewhere, but I say we give all of the senators a 50% pay cut.
Well,
We
I'm
also
way good
need
with that.
to understand that it isn't just the president that makes these decisions.
Yeah.
So, like,
Good
when we're out there,
You got to vote locally. You've got to start
you got
locally.
to vote locally. Know what the politics, what we do, because you can't think that, oh, well, the president's unilaterally making all these decisions. We have Congress, and they're just as responsible.
No, you're right.
They are.
You're
You got to.
right.
You got to
So,
start.
And at the beginning of the president's term, that's where we had the problems, because everything Obama tried to put through,
and
they
still,
vetoed. Yeah, they vetoed
they're
everything
still
he
doing
did.
it.
Yeah.
So, but we need to get out there. We need to start looking at our Congress people
Mhm.
and seeing what they're doing, because they're the support.
Yep.
So,
Good point.
we have the president, and, he's the commander in chief. He was elected, but when he doesn't have the support, he can say all he wants to say.
You're absolutely right.
He can make all the plans he wants to make, but he can't do that by himself. Not everything, anyway, by himself.
No, there is a system behind him, a system of checks and balances, but that system of checks and balances is also broken because...
I agree. Well, what I'm going to do next election, I thoroughly enjoyed working for the election, but I want to work for what I believe. So I was talking to Nikki on the way over. I don't want to get involved during the primaries. I want to wait till we're down to 2 or 3 candidates, whatever.
Mhm.
Listen to what they say. One of my great big trigger points for the last election was the health care plan. Find which person is, where I feel like the country needs to go based on what they are talking, and then I'll choose what party I'm going to fight for this time. So that's how I kind
It's
of feel
important,
about it.
regardless of what your party affiliation is, to know what they're about, know what their goals are. Either way, like if you vote Democrat, it doesn't mean that it's 100% Democrat. You
Right.
have to know what the Republicans are thinking too.
Well, and the thing is, that was the biggest frustration working on the campaign, because you would call these people and it's like they found one little tiny trigger point on the side of whoever side they were on, and that's what, that one talking point is what changed their entire political idea, and they weren't open, to hearing both sides on a particular issue.
Here's the best part about politics in our modern age is that you don't just have to vote party. All of the candidates have a website, and all of the candidates list their stance on the talking points that elections are being based around.
Right.
All of them do.
Yep.
And that's
So
what
you
we
don't-
do before the elections is go on and
Research.
absolutely.
Me too. I do the same thing.
It could take you 10-15 minutes on a Saturday before you go poll and just read through my stances or my, whatevers that they have on their website and find the one that fits you the best.
For me, when I get in there to vote, if there's one that I have not, mainly on local elections, but if there's one that I have not researched and, looked at all of the options and all of the candidates, I skip that one. I don't
Right.
just pick the first
You
name
just
on
pick
there,
the
which
pick.
I
Right.
think a lot of people tend to do.
Yeah, you're right.
They just guess a name.
Yeah.
I will move on past that one if
For
I'm not familiar.
For our listeners who aren't local to us here in Las Vegas, that's a really weird voting year for us this year because every single public seat is up for re-election in the state of Nevada this year. Every single one of them, with the exception of, I think, a senator or a congressman or something like that. But everything from the judge that you go talk to because you got a ticket, the judge you go talk to because your ex didn't pay his child support, right down to the undersheriff's underwear washer. They're all up for re-election this year.
And they're just as important.
And yeah, they're your first
The
step.
underwear washers are just as important.
Yes.
That's right.
They're your first.
Competition with dirty, stanky underwear.
No,
They're your first step to changing your government. It may not happen this year. It may not happen next year, but if you start voting for the people that have the policies you want, you will start to make a change, especially lower down. Because if you foster a particular, let's say there's a judge there's a couple of judges that I really like. If they ran for congressman or senator, I would vote for them Congress or senator because I like the way they've judged. I like their rulings on things. Right. And I like their stances on other things. And that's how you start. That's how most politicians start, is as a judge or as a sheriff or as the county recorder. And then he becomes the state treasurer. And then he becomes a congressman. And then suddenly he's running on the party ticket for president.
See that one right there, Left Freak? Left Freaks. That's the tonight party.
So that's how you get started, is start locally.
Well, you know, and I need to slap myself on the hands because I'm very involved with the presidential election, and I really know very, very little about local politics. And you're right. You're absolutely right. It starts right here in our own backyard. And so I really need to jump on that bandwagon. And
I would like to say, you know, people get out and vote. I get my vote doesn't count. So I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to try.
Right.
Why should I bother to get out there and do anything? And it's like, it does matter. It might not, you might not, your views might not win this time. You know, but, you know, the next time it might. You have to stay involved.
And you know what? If you don't go out and vote for whatever side or whoever you want to vote for, you ain't got shit to say about nothing. Don't sit your ass home and say, well, my vote don't matter, and then bitch because we have a lousy government.
Exactly.
You can't do it.
When we get less than 50% turnout.
Right, exactly.
That's atrocious. It's a right that we have. It's
and here's
our duty to vote.
Here's the other thing, though, is perhaps it is on the side of our government to encourage people to vote. If 50% of the population is not voting, it's because they don't give a shit about who goes into office. Yes. And maybe the politicians need to look at that and say, maybe instead of running around going, oh, Joe Bloody Blow got a blowjob from a 70-year-old hooker at a truck stop. This message was approved by Bob Dancer or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe instead of going out and trashing each other, they should go out and talk to the constituents. Do an old-fashioned door-to-door. I have never once, since I turned 18, had a political person show up on my door, an actual political candidate show up at my door and say, do you think it's possible that I could talk to you about my stances and maybe convince you?
Political,
do you know where they do it?
Doing it?
They don't do it in our neighborhoods.
No. Didn't Elizabeth Warren, I want to say? Didn't she do that?
Yeah, she did, but you're right.
It's not in our neighborhoods. It's happening.
It needs to be.
It's in the affluent neighborhood.
Because
she won because, you know,
she did the
door-to-door. She got
well, that's why they say Obama won, because of all the foot soldiers going door to door. You know, Obama had that his grassroots campaign and all the people knocking doors is what got him elected. I don't care what your opponent did. I don't care if you got a blowjob by a 70-year-old hooker at a truck stop. What I want to know is, are you going to allow my gay friends to get married? Are you going to allow my friends like myself who are allergic to narcotics and opiates and may need long-term medical pain relief and can't take them, so they need an alternative like medical marijuana or something like that? Are you going to help my friends like that? Are you going to let my gay friends grow marijuana in their backyard and protect it with their semi-automatic assault rifles? That's what I want. And if you're going to let my gay friends grow marijuana and protect it with their semi-automatic assault rifles, that's who I'm voting for.
It was you.
I'm with you on some of those. I'd like my gay and your gay friends as well to be able to grow marijuana in their backyard, but we differ on the rest.
On the firearm part. I think we probably should have taken a break.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, let's take a little break now. We're going to come back and get into it with Nikki. Obviously, you see, Nikki's got a lot of opinions on a lot of things, and we're going to get them all here. But she'll be back to talk about our local chapter of NAFA, the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance. We'll be right back.
Join me on Hump Day for the middle of the week bump and grind with my trivial mind. Spend an hour with my voice as I